The Patriots were going to win.
Well, you know, as an old AFL guy, and of course I coached the Oakland Raiders when we were in the American Football League, and I was happy when the Jets won and Joe Namath won, and it's kind of nice to see an original AFL team, the New England Patriots. Of course, they were the Boston Patriots in the AFL, and to see an old AFL team win a Super Bowl.
Well, they won it in very dramatic fashion. Adam Vinatieri with the game-winning field goal. And that last drive, how many times will that be replayed?
I don't know. It was amazing because, you know, I'm on record as saying I don't think they should have done it. I would have just played for overtime. Bill Belichick didn't think that. Charlie Weiss didn't think that. Tom Brady didn't think that. They made plays. He made plays. As I said, they let it all hang out when you had to let it all hang out. And doggone it, more power to them. This is great.
I thought that's what they were going to do as well. You weren't alone. I thought that's what they'd do. Send it into overtime.
And I'm sure that there's a lot of them saying that we didn't come all the way down here to New Orleans to play overtime. We didn't come here to tie. We came here to win this thing.
Coming up on the Pontiac Excitement postgame show, J.B. Terry, Howie, and Chris will have the presentation of the Lombardi Trophy, interviews with players from both teams, highlights, and final thoughts. That's all coming up on the Pontiac Excitement postgame show.
Pontiac Excitement postgame show. Brought to you by Pontiac. Introducing the all-new Vibe.
And folks, one of the biggest upsets in Super Bowl history has just occurred. The New England Patriots win it by a field goal, 20-17, on an Adam Vinatieri 48-yard field goal. Folks, this is the Taco Bell think outside the bun play of the game. Adam Vinatieri, true on the mark with that 48-yard field goal, and the Patriots, huge underdogs coming into this contest, pull off the victory. And folks, from Quincy Market to the north end, from Beacon Hill to the Back Bay, the New England Patriots sent a message tonight. The champions are coming. The champions are coming. And like those ragtag troops who thumbed their noses at King George, the Patriots defeated a vastly superior enemy, which supposedly outgunned them at every turn. As I am joined now by my colleagues, Howie Long and Chris Collinsworth. I go back to what you said at the top of the show. You were a little uncomfortable, Chris, with this bigger margin in favor of the Rams.
You know, I don't even know where to start, JP. This is one of the greatest games I've ever seen. But give Robert Kraft credit. Here's a guy that gave up draft choices to get Bill Belichick. The defensive scheme was absolutely amazing. And then the decision to let Tom Brady go at the end, amazing.
Starting out the season 1-3, upset wins over Oakland, and then upset win over Pittsburgh, and now this game. Bill Belichick's performance of coaching this team has to go down as one of the greatest in the history of the NFL.
And as a Hall of Famer defensive player, I know how he appreciated the very physical play that the Patriots showed all evening long. Folks, for the championship trophy presentation, let's take you out to the center of the field and our colleague, Terry Bradshaw.
All right, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to present to you now the Commissioner of the National Football League, Paul Tagliabue, who will present the Vince Lombardi Trophy, emblematic of the world champion of Super Bowl 36, Bob Kraft, and the New England Patriots. Mr. Kraft, let me get your lovely wife Myra in here. Mr. Commissioner, go right ahead, sir.
Bob, you played a super opponent today. You concluded an extraordinary season with a game for the ages. I know it fulfills a lifetime of dreams for you, for your family, for Coach Belichick and your players. Congratulations on a tremendous victory.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Hold it up high, Bob. Enjoy the moment.
The fans of New England have been waiting 42 years for this day. And we are world champions.
And the Kraft family is happy to be associated with coaches and team players who put team first, as the way they came out of the tunnel tonight. And in a way, the fact that our players and coaches at this time in our country, when people are banding together for a higher cause, can feel this special spirit of America, we're proud to be a symbol of that in a small way. Spirituality, faith, and democracy are the cornerstones of our country. We are all patriots, and tonight, the Patriots are world champions.
Bob, let me ask you, Coach Belichick, people thought you were crazy when you gave up a #1 draft choice for this man right here, Coach Bill Belichick. It must make you feel proud to know that you have a head coach that respects you, loves, cares about you, and finally has seen that dream come true.
Well, the best deal I ever made was getting this guy.
Thank you.
Bill, congratulations. I have to ask you, after the first game in which you blitzed so much in that football game, over 35 blitzes, what was the changes? What did you see and say to yourself, this is what we have to do differently if we want to compete against this team, which was so heavily favored?
Well, they did a great job of picking those blitzes up in the first game, so we covered a little bit more in this game. But I think it's just a great job by our players and our coaches on preparation all week. And, you know, this team beat the #1 seed in the AFC in Pittsburgh, beat the #1 seed in the NFC here in St. Louis. All the credit's got to go to the players and the coaches. And if we're playing next week, we'll probably be the underdogs.
What was the mindset, Bill? Because how do you come in here and how did you keep your team so loose? Because quite honestly, people said the speed on this turf, your team can't match up. I noticed in this game, it looks like you pressed a lot, doubled up a lot, mixed it up a lot, and made them hold the football longer than Kurt Warner normally likes to hold the football.
Well, I thought we had to do that, Terry. I thought we had to cover more than rush because he gets it out of there so quick. We tried to rush him with everything but the kitchen sink in the first game, and they did a great job, and he got rid of it. So we thought we had to do a little more cover in this game. But again, these players, there's a lot of other people that don't believe in them, but they believe in themselves, and that's really all that matters. You know, they know they can play with anybody.
Coming into this game, you had basically a rookie quarterback, a second-year guy, and I think once again, hats off to you for a gutsy decision. When Drew Bledsoe came back, you stuck with Tom Brady. What was it about Brady that you saw that you said, this is my quarterback?
Well, he's been playing. You know, he's had most of those snaps. He's been playing. He's had the timing with the offensive line and the receivers and so forth. I just thought that gave us the best chance this week. But, you know, Drew did a tremendous job last week in Pittsburgh. We got 2 good quarterbacks. In fact, we got 3 good ones with Heward. So you can't have too much depth at that position, Terry.
I have to give hats off to your offensive line. I thought when you got the ball with 1:41, I'm hollering, well, they'll kill the clock, they'll kill the clock, they'll kill the clock. But yet Tom Weiss, your offensive coordinator, took the football down the field, and you put the game, the first time ever we had a field goal the side of the Super Bowl, you just put this thing in his hands. How proud are you of the game that he called today?
Charlie did a tremendous job offensively. The players executed great, and we got a couple of big plays out of J.R. Redmond and Jermaine Wiggins and, of course, Troy Brown on that last drive, and of course, a huge kick out of Vinatieri. He's been dependable, and he's been our clutch guy all year.
Congratulations, Coach New England. Tom Brady, come here. Come here, you. Over here. Congratulations. This has got to feel like, man, I don't believe this is happening to me, like a dream come true.
It's absolutely incredible. I mean, so it's an example of what happens when guys believe in each other. And I mean, there's so many reasons why we're here. I mean, Damon and Drew Bledsoe and my coach, you know, it's always with the support. The way the offensive line played today, the running backs, Antoine. I mean, it's just dream come true, Super Bowl chance.
How about the last drive? Up to that drive, about 88 yards passing, pretty much ran the football. What about that last drive?
Well, it's the way the teams, whenever we've had our backs against the wall, we've responded all year. Could have been last week in Pittsburgh, Drew comes in, throws touchdown passes. You know, all year, Oakland game, Adam kicks the game winner. Just, it's awesome to have all the Patriot fans here. Bring your championship home to Boston.
Turn around. Tom Brady, turn around. I want to hand you these keys to an Escalade EXT sitting right over there. Cadillac, you are the MVP of Super Bowl 36. Congratulations.
That's my car?
That's your car.
Oh,
That's your car.
oh man. There's a lot of guys that deserve that car. I'm sure everyone could use it. It's a team car now. Might for me, but everyone's using it.
So they can help pay the taxes on it, too.
Yeah, they sure can. I guess I'll be doing that. But I want to say hi to my family, mom, dad. We did unbelievable. My sisters, my brother-in-law, my little niece, Maya.
Congratulations. Where's Adam Vinatieri? See up here? Where's that? Hey, come here, Adam. Come here. Hey, you're making a habit of this. I mean, first we see you against the Raiders in a snowstorm, hit a 45-yarder there to win that football game, send you down to the championship game. What about today? What's going through your mind? Did you think that your team would try to drive down the field and give you that chance?
Absolutely. I knew they would, because we got a ton of champions out here, and these guys never, ever give up. I've never been so proud to be a member of anything in my life. I love every one of these guys. They just stepped up, balled all game long, shocked the world, but we didn't shock ourselves because we're champions. Woo!
All right, congratulations. Well deserved.
Thank you very much.
Where's Ty Law? Where's Ty at? Ty, come here, man. While we're defensive backs in this football game, you guys did an incredible job. It appeared that you wanted to jam their quick receivers, slow down their tempo and their rhythm. Right or wrong?
Yeah, they say it's the best track team in the National Football League, but I never seen anybody win a 100-meter dash with somebody standing in front of them. We came out here, we challenged them. No one gave us a chance. My secondary, Lawyer Malloy, Otis Smith, Terrell Buckley, all y'all, dog. Nobody gave us a chance. We put it on them.
We got the interception. What? Tell me, come here, Ty. Tell me about the interception.
Well, we put a little pressure on him. I got to give a lot of credit to Mike Vrabel. He put the pressure on him to make a throw, a bad ball, but we were in man-to-man coverage like we were all day. I got a good break on it. It came right to me, and there was no slowing me down there. And once I got it, I knew it was all in zone.
Congratulations, Ty Law.
Thank you.
You got it. All right, I want to send this thing back to James Brown. JB?
All right, Terry, thank you very much. And it's pretty obvious listening to all of the players and most importantly at the top of the organization, Bob Kraft, that this is indeed a team, and they feel that way from top to bottom. Champions of Super Bowl 36 are the New England Patriots, who came in not believing the talk that they were underdogs. They're now the champs.
Our new winner.
Oh, but she cleared.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
You've just won $10 million from Publishers Clearinghouse.
Oh, my.
That's unbelievable.
Oh, my.
Oh, my Isn't that something?
Patriots fans, your team just won the Super Bowl. And now, direct from the NFL shop, you can own the Patriots Super Pack, the official championship cap and T-shirt worn by players and coaches during the post-game celebration, along with the official Super Bowl 36 video, capturing all the thrilling championship moments. Call 1-877-NFL-SHOP and own a piece of Patriots history. Get the official hat, T-shirt, and video for only $59.99. Call 1-877-NFL-SHOP or go to superbowl.com now.
Fox Tuesday.
Jerry, I'm gonna find you, I promise.
24 returns with the first of 12 consecutive original episodes.
Jack Bauer is escaped and is considered a fugitive.
You don't have to worry about what you've missed.
I don't know where Jack is. I'm not sure I believe you.
Only what you're going to miss.
Jack, get us out of here, please.
If you don't catch the thrill ride of the season starting this Tuesday.
Who is this? I'm the last thing that you will ever see if anything happens to my wife or my daughter.
An all-new 24 at 9, 8 Central, Fox Tuesday.
After the Super Bowl, it's the Malcolm in the Middle so big it had to be an hour, and so outrageous it could only be on Fox. Catch a star-studded super episode of TV's most critically acclaimed comedy, the 1 Hour Super Malcolm, right after our post-game show here on Fox, as we welcome you back.
Welcome back to the Pontiac Excitement post-game show.
And we welcome you back to the excitement that is Super Bowl 36. And folks, the New England Patriots defying all the odds, all the critics, and winning Super Bowl 36. Troy Brown, Lawyer Malloy. Troy Brown, folks, keep this in mind. Cut by the New England Patriots early in his career, and now a star. What kept you going?
Hey, I love this game. But this moment right here, that's what kept me going. I had watched so many Super Bowls, this guy winning them. Hey, I love this game, man. I didn't want to leave it, and I just kept fighting and got my job. Hey, And I said I'd never get cut again, and I never got cut again. So here I am, Super Bowl, with a Super Bowl victory.
Well, now, if you can remember Terry Bradshaw playing, I'm sure Lawyer Malloy from the defensive side, remember that guy playing defense then, huh?
Oh, yeah. Look, we shocked the world. We shocked the world. This is not for anybody else but us and our fans, the greatest fans in America. This is what it's all about. Can nobody take this from us for life?
Well, you guys took a totally different approach in this football game versus the first football game. We talked about it in the pregame show, not being able to get pressure on this team in the first game. This game, a totally different story.
Right, the first game, we blitzed them a lot, and their answer was a three-step drop, which we didn't really compete well against. This game right here, we played cover 2, but the thing that we came in the game with was a mentality that anybody that catches the ball has to get hit. You saw balls flying because we had a passion to get to the ball.
Lawyer, until that final drive, all the points came off of turnovers created by your defense. Was that the plan?
This is a total team effort right here. Defensively, we don't have any standout players. Week in, week out, we have somebody different stepping up, and that's exactly the reason why we're here as a team. On both sides of the ball, special teams, it's always somebody else, and it's so sweet.
Let me ask Troy real quickly. Troy, what about, you're the guy that they throw the football, so you're the one man everybody knows, take you out, there's no passing. How much pressure coming into this football game? Because I really thought they had to go down the middle of the field, but y'all didn't. Y'all never got away from running it, short possession, then the big drive at the end of the game.
Well, they did a good job of taking away the middle of the field for most of the game. But we took our shots when we had a chance. Tom did a good job of hitting his check downs, his backs and his tight ends and stuff like that, you know. But that's what we had to do to keep the ball moving against that cover 2 defense that they had. And that was our game plan, was to hit the check downs and be patient, and we'll hit them sooner or later.
From Troy and Lawyer, one word, yes or no. Were you upset that folks were saying this absolutely was going to be a Rams victory?
We weren't upset. We knew what we had. We knew we had a good team.
We believe. People die for their beliefs. We believe in our team.
All right, and the belief came true tonight. All right, folks. Troy Brown and Lawyer Malloy of the New England Patriots. When we continue, we'll have a word from the St. Louis Rams and Marshall Faulk after this.
Everyone knows America.
After the Super Bowl, it's the Malcolm in the Middle so big it had to be 1 hour. Guess what? Howie and Terry and a ton of stars are there. And folks, it can only be on Fox. Catch this super episode of TV's most critically acclaimed comedy, the 1 hour Super Malcolm, coming up right after our postgame show here on Fox. Well, the mighty Rams did indeed fall to the New England Patriots. And for thoughts on what happened to the Rams, let's join our Ron Pitts with Marshall Faulk.
Marshall, it seemed like you guys never really got going, got that momentum going. What were they doing that were causing the problems for you?
I don't think it was much of what they were doing. All year. You know, we knew if the only team that could beat us was us, and we turned the ball over 4 times a day. Right. And you just can't win games, especially games of this caliber like that.
Yeah. Did they do anything that surprised you? Anything that you guys hadn't prepared for? I know they used a lot of the 5-back, 6-back stuff, and they brought some pressure, but you'd seen the pressure before.
Yeah, they didn't blitz us as much as they did the first time we played them, and they played more conventional defense. I think the thing that the only adjustment I think that they made with me is they basically used the end to try to disrupt me coming out of the backfield. Yeah. But for the most part, it was things that we saw. They made more plays than we did. You know, when you look at it and you think about it, that's what happened.
Yeah, you guys had a good year, man.
Thank
Good
you.
luck for you next year, Bob.
Plays that the Rams did see, but the Patriots executed them extremely well, and decades-long suffering fans in the Boston area have the foot of this guy, Adam Vinatieri, to thank very much for this victory. Chris, take it away.
You know, you go back, first of all, to the Oakland game and the kicks in the snow there. You come back here in the clutch. These Boston fans have been waiting.
Those kicks in the snow, by the way, hurt me quite a bit.
They've been waiting for so long. No Bill Buckner moment, though, once you got up there and kicked that football.
You know, it's just an amazing situation right now. I'm so proud of the team. Everybody Everybody did such a great job the whole season long, and it was just such a team effort. You need to look up team in the dictionary, and it's got to be a picture of our whole team. It's unbelievable.
What's going through your mind? The Rams go down the field, hit Ricky Prohl for the touchdown, which looks to possibly put the game in overtime. Then Tom Brady, in his second year in the NFL, leads the team down the field. What is the thought process going through your mind, knowing that you're probably going to have to make the kick to win the game?
That's kind of one of those things that we all dream about as young kickers growing up, having a chance to win a Super Bowl with a kick, And Tom Brady did such a great job all year long. We never gave up. We just kind of always just move the ball. Everybody has all the confidence in the world in him and in each other. Just went down the field and gave us all a chance, and everybody that needed to step up did. It's unbelievable.
Adam,
thank you.
Congratulations, buddy. Enjoy every bit of it. First championship in franchise history and the first Boston area championship since the '86 Celtics. Folks, there is another long-running championship team here. Let's take you upstairs to them right now, Pat and John.
All right, JB, thank you very much. And John, I suppose you're like I am. You're in shock a little bit.
Yeah, I am. I mean, I didn't see any way that the Patriots could win if they had to do it with their offense against the Ram defense, but they really didn't have to. If you look at everything that they said they had to do, they had to hit, they had to be physical, they had to get turnovers. They did that. I think their defense did it early in the game. I think at the end of the game, I think it was Tom Brady on that drive. I mean, that was great. And then it gets to special teams, and Adam Vinatieri kicking the field goal to win the game. So they came out as a team in introductions, and they played as a team. It was defense, it was offense, it was special teams.
Well, that's one of the great things about standing here next to you for 21 years. We've been, I think, a pretty good team ourselves.
Well, it's been a great 21 years, and it's something that, like I said, you're a treasure, and you're to be treasured by all of us forever, because you are the spirit of the National Football League. You are what the NFL is all about, what pro football is all about, and more important, what a man is all about and what a gentleman is all about. And with that, I would like to just have you look at this tape, and I think it's something that, the field goal wins a Super Bowl, and of course your career kind of started as a kicker as a field goal. And so we'll just take a look at this.
The ball is 49 yards out. Summerall kick.
Smooth, cool as the other side of the pillow.
Well, I met Pat long before I was commissioner through Pete Rozelle, and he was one of the heroes of my youth as a former Giants player growing up in New Jersey. So to meet Pat Summerall was a great thrill for me.
He was not just a kicker. Pat was a good football player. He had played tight end and defensive end for the Cardinals before he got here. Pat wasn't a kicker. He was a football player, and a damn good one.
Somebody asked us the other day how long Pat and I worked together, and we had no idea. We had no idea. We knew it started sometime in '75, and we did Super Bowls, but we just sort of let it go.
Pat Summerall with Tom Brookshire. And Tom, you can feel the pressure building up all week. So here we go. Super Bowl is underway.
I think he was one of the first guys that had played in the league that advanced to broadcasting and brought that inner knowledge that only those that have participated know about.
What a play by Montana. What a catch by Clark. Dexter Clinchdale. Could go. Should go. Will go.
America has been comfortable with Pat Summerall from the day he went on the air. They still are.
Retreats.
Pat has spent 21 years really allowing the guy next to him, John Madden, to be the star. And one thing I know is Pat has a lot of pride in what he does, but he's not a guy who has to be in the middle of the spotlight.
Well, the biggest problem working with Pat Summerall is it doesn't feel like work.
Let's see if I can find out. This is the Redskin dressing room.
Yes,
what it is. Hi, I'm Pat Summerall. Is Coach Allen here?
You're not Pat Summerall. I know him. You're not Summerall.
Well, yes, I am, too.
And starring Pat Summerall and John Madden.
There is no way they're going to get me to dress like this.
Lighten up, partner. It's Fox.
Pat Summerall here with John Madden, and all that build-up and all of this hoopla. John, is it as big as it seems?
I think it's bigger than it seems.
It goes to Desmond Howard at the 1. Desmond Howard is on. You better turn it on or he's gone.
I think he set the standard, and I think for 2 or 3 generations of Americans, he represents a voice that is the NFL.
I knew him first as a friend before I really knew him professionally, and I don't know that there's a finer human being that I've met.
He's the guy that has a big heart and is always ready to do something for someone else. Doesn't have to be the front guy. But if you ever need him, Pat Summerall is always there for you. A very special man.
Well,
very special man indeed.
Well, they can take me from here standing next to you, which is going to happen. But one thing they can't take is my feeling for you, the friendship we developed. We've been a team, and I'm proud of that fact. We've been a winning team.
And the memories of 21 years and 21 great years, and not only, 21 years of games, but 21 years of being together and everything. As you say, those memories will be with us forever, and they can never be taken away. And I have a plaque here. It's from the playing field to the broadcast booth. Fox Sports salutes 50 years of NFL greatness to Pat Summerall. And this is part of the goalpost from Yankee Stadium. New York Giants 13, Cleveland Browns 10. Pat Summerall kicks winning 49-yard field goal.
Well, John, I can't thank you enough. I thought at first that was the bench where I was sitting most of the time.
That's what the old goalposts look like.
Well, I'll cherish that as well. Let's go down to JB.
Hey, Pat, thank you very much. And I'm certain that I expressed these thoughts for the guys, and they'll certainly say it for themselves. But I've known Pat for 18 years, 10 at CBS and 8 here. And, Pat, you left a mark on all of us. I know at CBS you taught me that it wasn't the importance of the quantity of what you say, but the quality of what you say, and to be judicious in what you say. And you certainly gave John Madden the latitude to grow, but you always tied things up so eloquently. And believe me, it was a lesson well learned in working with some very strong guys like I do. And Pat, I love you very, very much and wish you the best.
Pat, I'll never forget my 18 years of broadcasting and my first time in New York and how you made me feel right at home. And I think that the best compliment I can give to a friend, to someone I admire and love, is simply this. I don't think you ever really realized just how really brilliant and loved and admired you really are. And we're going to miss you tremendously.
I think anybody who's my age, we grew up, and what I know of the National Football League was from watching Pat Summerall and John Madden doing football games. And as great a broadcaster as he has been, and he has been simply the best, that man is even a better person. God bless you, and thank you for all you've given us.
I think JB summed it up best. Understated excellence is Pat Summerall, and the National Football League is such an important part of the American fabric. And every Sunday, the United States of America is taking great comfort in the fact that they know they could tune in and see Pat Summerall. A nation has been comfortable with Pat for so many years, and I know we'll miss you here at Fox, Pat. One of the really, really class acts in professional football.
All right, and we certainly want to have one other person in our broadcast crew chime in with his thoughts on Pat Summerall. Let's swing it over now to Ron Pitts. Ronnie?
How you doing, Pat? Pat, 7 years ago, you threw down to me down the field in Dallas for a playoff game. That was the start of my broadcasting career, so to speak. I'm still here, and I just want to say to you, thank you. Thank you for being a friend, a mentor, and in a lot of ways, a father for me. And I'll throw it back up to you and throw it back to JB one last time. And once again, Pat, love you and thank you very much.
All right, Ronnie, and let me tell the fans that there is still more NFL action coming your way. The season doesn't end with the Super Bowl. There's still one more game. Don't miss the best players in the NFL squaring off in the Pro Bowl next Saturday. Tom Brady will be there, and we'll be back after this.
Fox 2.
As Tom Brady throws his touchdown pass For the 7th consecutive year now, PlayStation 2's Game Before the Game has picked the winner of the Super Bowl. The score in that PlayStation 2 game was 21-14. The actual score was 20-17. And our own Jimmy Kimmel, his upset pick, was on the mark. Hey, folks, NASCAR comes back to Fox February 24th with the Subway 400 at the Rock in Rockingham. We have next to Terry the handsome Jeff Gordon and the man who's got the dulcet tones and the best voice for NASCAR, Darrell Waltrip. Talk to us about the Rock.
That's why we put him next to Terry, you know.
I got you.
Y'all guys stick together. These fans, I think over here.
I think we need to swap.
We're going to Rockingham for a 400-mile race there. And, Jeff, looks to me like things are getting a little tougher out there on the circuit with these young boys snapping at your heels. You old-timer, you.
Excuse me one second, but if you're going to talk to him in your television, get the mic up where they can hear you.
Do you need me to teach you a few things about this television thing?
Let me wipe your head off there for you.
No, you're right, man. We're getting ready to have some fun in Rockingham. 1 mile, you know, it's a tough racetrack. So we got these young guys that have really stepped things up. It's gotten a lot harder to pass with the Goodyear tires we have these days. And I think it's going to be a tough season, and I mean physically tough on the competitors.
Well, what about that little scrape that you and Robbie Gordon got into there at New Hampshire? Can we expect to see a little more of that kind of Jeff Gordon?
I hope you see a lot more.
Down there,
I hope to see a lot more of that. I kind of liked it. It's kind of inspired me over the offseason to look forward to getting this season started because if guys want to mix it up, I don't mind mixing it up a little bit.
Yeah, but you know one thing, he's not nearly as big as this guy right here.
No, yeah, but in the car, we're all 3,400 pounds in the car. So.
Yeah, he's got something to work with.
Jeff Gordon and Darrell Waltrip.
Hey, bud,
Jeff
give me
Gordon,
5.
Of course, the defending champion. And folks,
that's
that's coming your way February 24th on Fox, the Subway 400 at the Rock.
Give me 5.
All right, folks, as we head toward Malcolm in the middle, we will come back here to give you some final thoughts on Super Bowl 36 and the Patriots' victory over the St. Louis Rams.
Has been brought to you by Pontiac, introducing the all-new Vibe.
Let me give my guys some credit, some sage remarks by Chris Collinsworth during the pregame show, and Terry says he wouldn't bet against anything in red, white, and blue. Chris, let's start with you for final thoughts.
In my 20 years around the National Football League, that is the best job of coaching in a big game I have ever seen. And the job Tom Brady did at the end of the football game, just a second-year quarterback, to take that team under that kind of pressure down the field, no timeouts, it just doesn't happen, folks.
You know, and certainly from an historical standpoint, in terms of the impact on the NFL, this game does not compare to the win the New York Jets had over the Baltimore Colts in 1969, led by Joe Namath, but certainly a 14.5-point underdog. The New England Patriots shocked the world, and this certainly has to rank as one of the greatest upsets in the history of the NFL.
You know, for Mr. Kraft, who's been a Patriot fan since 1971, he's on that team, you guys, for 8 years. He loves his coach loves him. So many wonderful moves by that franchise. I mean, the very fact that they went in with that young kid, Tom Brady, and stayed with him. You know, I can't say enough wonderful things about New England, and certainly to Mike Martz and that Rams staff, which I could not wait to get here and see the greatest show on turf, and it's very exciting. But congratulations to the New England Patriots.
And I guess 3 quick points. One, Tom Brady, of course, the youngest quarterback to win a Super Bowl at 24 years and 184 days. Number 2, the makeover, the head coach, Bill Belichick, complete with this victory today, as Chris has already acknowledged. And I think the other guy, Howie, also said it, Bob Kraft. What an outstanding owner, a guy who quietly, behind the scenes, supported his coach to the hilt, and boy, was his judgment right on the ball. Folks, we thank you so very much for joining us as we complete our 8th season of NFL action together. And as we leave New Orleans, for those of you who want more post-game coverage, turn over to your local Fox Sports Net station for a special post-game edition of Fox NFL Sunday. And for the rest of you, you can check out Terry and Howie as they join an all-star cast for a special full-hour edition of Malcolm in the Middle. And that show begins for all of you right now.
We wondered if the Patriots would be able to get pressure on Kurt Warner, and Mike Rabel there with a great hit, came up high. Kurt Warner delivers the bad football. Ty Law with the INT. That's a great concept. That's team defense.
So Warner coming back, goes to Ricky Prohl, shampoo. Nailed again by New England. The ball bounces free, and Terrell Buckley picks up the ball. And the Patriots, the Boston D Party, is in business again, Steve.
You know, I think that Patriot defense came into the game and said, every time somebody's got the football, we're going to come and punch him in the mouth. No matter if it was a big play, a small play, at the end of every play there was a punch.
Ooh, could that turnover problem be shifting back into the Rams' arsenal? They've been so careful in the NFC games. Tom Brady to Troy Brown end.
His band of renown.
In the slot, 16-yard play. Tom Brady. And he's going to look for the big fellow who's so good in the snow, Jermaine Wiggins from East Boston. And then on the same drive, 1st and goal following the turnover. Brady to David Patton. Oh, what a great catch. They looked at it again, Steve, but it's 14-3.
Yeah, luckily the instant replay didn't get in the way of this game too much, but I tell you what, it was a nice pump fake and that little out and up. Patton makes a great catch. It was one of the few real pure offensive plays that worked for the Patriots all day.
And so Bill Belichick's defense had the Rams scratching their collective heads. Roman Candle Pfeiffer with the pressure. It's Warner as he throws, Tom.
Yeah, they wanted to punish the quarterback. They wanted to punish the wide receivers. There you see him again getting another hard hit on Kurt Warner.
So the master who bailed him out last week and the youngsters sit and watch while Warner to Holt and Otis, my man Smith. Another throwdown by that Patriots defensive backfield. Next play, Warner overthrows, and there's Otis, my man, and he's off to the races. And New England D Party continues to roll because this turnover set up Adam Vinatieri. Field goal, good. New England by 14. Wait a minute, the Rams were favored by 14. So now it's the 4th quarter. Could the greatest show be the greatest show? Warner, hey, why don't you pass it to Marshall Faulk? 23 yards, 4th and goal from the 3. Warner trying to buy time. He's picked up by Lucky to Bucky Jones from
New Britain, Connecticut.
And look at him. It's going to be 98 yards. The game is over. 24-3 New England. But, a curious flag, Tom.
Yeah, away from the play, you're going to see Willie McGinnis on Marshall Faulk. You see the whole call right there by the official. We'll take another look at it right here. Obviously, a disappointed Bill Belichick. Marshall Faulk trying to get out. I guess it was a good call by the official.
He thought he had the ball. No. He thought he had the ball.
Well, at the time, the Patriots thought it was so new life for the Rams. They stumped Faulk on first, but there's Warner taking it himself. It's 17-10. 5 minutes to go. Mike Martz's squad ball again. But Willie McGinnis trying to make amends for the penalty. Traps Warner. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Rams punt. Warner's thumb bothersome this year, flexing on the sidelines. Rams D gets in the ball back again. Warner. It's Hakeem. It's a gain of 19 yards. Over a minute to go. The floater to Prohl. And with 1:30 to go, we should say we're tied at 17. So the Rams, who made so many big plays, like the Super Bowl 2 years ago, have done it. So Brady in the shotgun, and all of a sudden, J.R. Redmond becomes the key offensive figure, involved with 3 great plays. Adam Vinatieri, the hero in the snow, hoping for a chance. And here's the big one. Brady to Troy Brown. Now they have a chance. Out at the 38. Brady to Jermaine Wiggins from East Boston. He's down to the 30. Vinatieri with a 48-yard attempt. We stood under the uprights, didn't we?
Just a little right of center, Boomer.
Perfect. He's already had the play of the year. A new snow angel in the end zone. Robert Kraft, the Patriots brain trust. Bucky Dent, gone. Bill Buckner, gone. Ben Drake, gone. They're all exercised. The Patriots in the 2nd biggest upset by points in Super Bowl history. Only Joe Namath and the Jets, 18-point dogs, topped this 14-point dog. And Vinatieri's field goal, the play of the year, ×2 against Oakland. And now here, and the New England Patriots have won it 20-17. Sal Palantonio with the hero.
Congratulations, Adam. Congratulations. Unbelievable shot.
Thank you.
What's it feel like?
I can't even describe it right now. I'm just so excited, so happy for this team. Everybody played so well today. We went out there and showed the world that we're the best team out there.
What can you say about shocking these people, such underdogs in this game?
Hey, you know what? This team believed that we had it. We didn't think we were underdogs. We knew we had a chance to win this thing. We just proved the world that we're the best.
Congratulations, awesome job.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Back to you, Boomer.
All right, Sal, Adam Vinatieri, and now, couple things. Tom Brady now surpasses just a couple of ordinary Joes as the youngest quarterback ever to win a Super Bowl. He's done that. One word on Adam Vinatieri. He's related to Evel Knievel. He's related to the bandmaster for George Custer. So what could happen? You know we would be calm. Now we have Tom Brady with our Andrea Kramer.
Well, I felt we got to do something. We got to do something. And the important part is on the first play of a 2-minute drill, it's nice to get some yards, whether it's 5 yards or 50 yards. You want to get something. And we checked it down to JR, made a great, bolt ahead for 7 yards. Then we're into the 2-minute drill, and we're moving. And obviously the big play of the drive hitting Troy, and he's just unbelievable. I can't say enough about him.
How did you make this work with Drew Bledsoe all season, and how is it almost epitomized by what he told you going out for that final drive?
Yeah, I mean, he makes it easy for me. It's not about me making it easier for him. He came in and I believe me, there's no person out on that field that wants to play and do well, as much as him, because he's the ultimate team player. He's gives himself up to the team, as opposed to being one of those guys that says, well, I want this for me. He wants it for the team. And he came in last week, and he's the reason why we're playing in this game, because the way he played against Pittsburgh. And I tell you, he goes out, and I go out there, and right before that drive, and he said, Tommy, just go out and sling it, as we always say. And that's what he's been doing, and we went out and did it.
There is your MVP. Thank you, Andrea. Thank you, Sal. What bad ankle? Obviously. Just the Super Bowl. Why would we want to turn the ball over? Right. So we knew the chess match. Mike Martz, the offense, Bill Belichick, this defense, which just diffuses bombs. Did we really think that the Rams' turnover problem was gone, or was it just dormant? And boy, they came out lacing the Rams receivers all over the field.
Yeah, and putting a lot of pressure on Kurt Warner as well. And I think we both spent some time with the Patriots this week, and every time you talked with them, they talked about the confidence they had in their coach, Bill Belichick, coming up with a game plan. They knew he would give them something that was workable, and I thought, Steve, the most important thing they did, they talked about getting physical. They didn't let the receivers get down on the ground. Right. They popped them. The ball started coming out. And I thought the pressure hurt Kurt Warner as well. He's the most accurate quarterback in football. He wasn't today.
Bill Belichick has been doing this for 15 years. And the way he does it, we talked about it earlier today, he does it by abusing the receivers and backs out of the backfield. Marshall Faulk never left the backfield on a route without getting chipped by Willie McGinnis or punted by somebody else. And Ty Law matched up with Isaac Bruce all day long. And I'm telling you, they never wore down. I kept saying to myself, hey, boy, you can't keep this pace up. They never wore down. Ty Law made play after play after play, and the whole defense put pressure on Kurt Warner, not as, a defensive line kind of, just as a group, because they were punishing everybody else on the field, and by reflex got to Kurt Warner that way.
And part of its game plan, how is it that Mike Martz only gives Marshall Faulk 17 carries in this football game?
Well, he played the Patriots' defensive game plan, we can now say it, was to hammer Marshall Faulk wherever he went, if possible, not only with the ball, but he was helped by a game plan which didn't involve him with the ball as much, so it played right into their hands. By the way, a shadow that Bill Belichick may have been under another guy named Bill.
Take the monkey off. Take the monkey
that
off.
shadow has also gone the way of Bucky Dent and Bill Buckner and Ben Dreith. We'll see it. When we return, more reaction from the shocker. We'll hear from Bill Belichick, some of the Rams, when we return to New Orleans.
Edition of NFL Primetime is presented by Miller Lite. Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
Inside the numbers, the Patriots were outgained by 160 yards That's the most a winning team has ever been outgained by doubling the Niners in the Bengals game in Miami that some ordinary Joe won at the end. Sal Paolantonio with the man who says, I don't care how many yards we give up. I think the scoreboard says 20-17. The superly clad Bill Belichick.
Bill, congratulations, first of all.
Thank you.
On defense, what were you able to do to them to shut them down so effectively, especially in the first half?
I mean, players just really played good team defense. We mixed it up, but you got to give all the credit to the players and to Romeo and the defensive coaches. They had the players well prepared and they executed a good game plan. And, you know, we tried to press the receivers. They hit some balls, but, you know, ultimately we were able to keep them out of the end zone.
In the last-minute drive at the end of the game, Tom Brady hit Troy Brown on that crossing route. Talk about that play for us a little bit and tell us how crucial it was.
Well, that was a big play. I thought the one before to JR was a big play, too. JR really fought hard to get out of bounds, and that was big. But, you know, Troy's been making big plays for us all year, and, you know, he made a good run after the catch and had the presence to get out of bounds. And, you know, then we hit Wiggins to get it down there for a legitimate field goal rather than, you know, one of those 58-yarders. But, yeah, Tom did a terrific job managing the team. And, you know, he's done that in 2-minute drives, whether it be San Diego or Oakland. You know, he's done it New Orleans. He's done it a bunch of times this year.
And then Adam Vinatieri didn't have any snow to deal with, just a Super Bowl winning kick.
That's all. He's been Mr. Clutch for us all year. Adam's made some great kicks. We won 3 games in overtime on field goals and one at the end here. So, you know, he's probably responsible for about a quarter of our victories this year on clutch kicks.
Do you feel like you shocked the world?
Well, you know, not really. No question, the Rams are a great football team. But, you know, our players and our coaches had a lot of confidence in each other. And, you know, we feel like we can play with anybody. You know, we work hard. We try to play hard. And, you know, we feel like we can stand in there with anybody. You know, we went to Pittsburgh and beat the #1 seed in Pittsburgh. And then we came here and beat the #1 seed in the NFC. So we'll probably be underdogs next week. But we're going to keep on trucking.
I think you got the week off.
Okay. We'll take it, Sal. We'll need a couple of them.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Got a smile at the end from Bill, didn't we?
Just barely.
Yes.
He's got mini camp to get ready for.
Well, what a job. And Tommy, and here's this young core. We don't even know if Wednesday if he's starting. They don't turn it over at all. And here are the Rams, who had seemingly eliminated the turnover problems, and it came back to bite them in the you-know-what.
Yeah, this is the 3rd year in a row that the Super Bowl champion has not turned the ball over at all in the Super Bowl. So I think that was key for the New England Patriots. But then you have the Rams, and we thought all year the most amazing statistic for the Rams was that they led the league in turnovers with 44. And I think that, you know, it's not only the turnovers, Steve, but it's the way they do it.
Yeah, it's like nonchalant. It's like, oh, yeah, that's 7 for the other guys. We'll get them next time. It's like it doesn't even matter to them. It's like another turnover, no big deal. And even when Kurt throws it, you feel like, oh, yeah, I'll get him later. And now we're going to see Kurt Warner under pressure, too. And we talked about Kurt under pressure quite a bit. I think it really, in the long run, it was the 2 things that the Patriot offense did. The last drive, Tom Brady patiently, not trying to get too much, no timeouts. You still got plenty of time. Here's Kurt Warner under pressure all day. He was able to escape a lot of it. The last one he didn't escape, put him in a 3rd and 25 in a hole. But all day long, here's the throw under pressure of the blitz, seemingly, you know, overthrowing that one. I think that in the end, the Patriots do it backwards. They beat everyone else up on the field, and then they finally get to the quarterback. And I think it's a great way to do it.
Yeah.
They're only the 2nd team ever to begin the season 0-2. 93 Dallas began 0-2. Emmitt Smith held out. That had something to do with it. They won the Super Bowl.
They're a pretty good team.
They beat Buffalo. And the New England Patriots began 0-2. They were 1-3, and you saw what happened. They shocked the Rams as 14-point dogs. We'll be back with more here in New Orleans. As we said at the outset, that's why they play the games. The Rams going to mull it over. We'll hear from them in a moment.
What is the most exciting moment
to talk about here in New Orleans, and SportsCenter coming up with the guys, Dan and Stu and Sterling and Sean. That's in 7 minutes, but we have more Primetime in a moment.
Welcome back to this Super Bowl edition of NFL Primetime, presented by Miller Lite.
Turnover differential. Well, in the 11 postseason games this year, where you don't turn it over, you win. I mean, it's kind of easy to figure out. There's a lot of numbers up there.
That's a new concept.
You win the turnover differential, and you win. Mort with Kurt Warner.
Kurt, really no secret that the Rams had to turn over the football to lose this game, and that's exactly what happened.
Yeah,
it's disappointing. It's kind of been our downfall all year. That we've always said the only team that can beat the Rams is the Rams, and not to take anything away from the Patriots because they played a tremendous game, and whenever we made mistakes, they were there to capitalize on them, and that's what you have to do. But we made some mistakes today, and those mistakes cost us 17 points and probably the victory.
In the first one, the interception that Ty Law takes back, can you go through that with me?
It was a situation where they had 5 guys down on the line of scrimmage and brought all 5 of them, and I was personally thinking it was going to be picked up, and the line obviously was sliding to somebody else. I'm not really sure exactly what happened, but so it kind of caught me off guard, and I tried to just anticipate where Isaac was coming out of it because I didn't have any longer to hold on to the ball, and he came out of it a little quicker than I thought, and the ball ended up behind him, and Ty made a great play and turned it into 6.
You banged your thumb a couple of times. How did it affect you?
I don't think it affected me at all. It hurt, but it didn't affect my throws. My throws were going where I wanted them to go. It had nothing to do with my performance at all.
You've experienced the joy of winning a Super Bowl, the joy of being eliminated from the playoffs, and now the disappointment of losing a Super Bowl. What's tougher, being eliminated from the playoffs, actually losing this big game?
Just losing this game. I mean, you work all year to get to this point. This is what you want. This is what the other games are for, is to get to the Super Bowl. And so to lose this game, to get another opportunity, because I know these things don't come along very often, to get another opportunity and to not finish it off, it really hurts because you just never know when you're going to be back. I'm going to be back, but I don't know when it's going to be, but I'm going to be back, and I'm hoping it's next year, but this is the hardest one to handle.
All right, let's go back to the studio.
All right, Mort, thank you very much. So, for whatever reason, 2 years in a row, the Rams season ends in New Orleans. They lose last year in the playoffs. You heard Mort refer to it in the opening round to the Saints. And this year they lose in Super Bowl 36 in the Superdome here in New Orleans. A bittersweet pill for one of New Orleans' favorite sons, Marshall Faulk. Curious in his not overabundantly used game plan by Mike Martz. After the game, he spoke about it.
It's disappointing, period, to lose the game regardless of how you lose it. I think that, we had our defense out there a lot, and they were out there on that last drive, and they gave it all they had. The Patriots just made more plays than we did, and that's what the results are.
The Andruzzi brothers, what an emotional hug for them. We will be back. Game balls.
Hey, check it out. You want to make a collect call? Just dial down the center. Sean Salisbury and Sterling Sharp hook up to put their spin on Super Bowl 36. Chris Berman counts down the top 10 plays in Super Bowl history. And Michael Jordan had quite a fight on his hands. SportsCenter, right after NFL Primetime.
They get bigger, and they get faster, and they get stronger. They get pumped. So be ready, I'm just telling you.
This Super Bowl edition of NFL Primetime is presented by Miller Lite. Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
Boomer, my game ball goes to Ty Law, the guy who got this whole thing started. The team high 8 tackles, but the big INT for the first touchdown of the game.
Boomer, I got the MVP, Tom Brady. Patience, savviness. How can a young man do all of this so quickly? Never has he cost his team this whole season. Phenomenal.
Adam Vinatieri from South Dakota State kicked a field goal in the snow of 45 yards. Kicked the field goal of 48 yards. I know, field goal, but could have been plays of the year. And the Patriots have now provided us with a thought for the year. A thought for the year that, as you guys both say, that planning and playing together and the sum total greater than the individual parts.
Yeah, there's a little kid in all of us, and they brought it out today.
It really reminds me when I was little. It reminds me when I was little. Why we love football.
For Steve Young and Tom Jackson, I'm Chris Berman. Wow.
This is SportsCenter.
America watches the spectacle that is the Super Bowl. As two teams strive to capture one dream. Chris Berman looks back at the Super Bowl's top 10 plays of the past. A former bad boy brings back the Jordan rules. Just how good was Tigers' day at Pebble? And was it good enough? Wait until you see how we cover the spread on SportsCenter next.
SportsCenter on the road is presented by Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
Of the previous 5 Super Bowls played in the Superdome, the average margin of victory just under 26 points per game. We thought we may have another blowout in Super Bowl 36, but surprise, surprise, we got a lot of explaining to do. Hello, welcome to SportsCenter with Sean Salisbury, Stuart Scott, Sterling.
I picked New England at halftime, and I knew they were going to win.
Hey, I was with them all.
New England all the way.
Real gutsy calls. The Patriots and the Rams both came in on 8-game winning streaks. Pat's 14-point underdogs. If they win, it will be the second biggest upset in Super Bowl history. Sean, you going to roll with me in this first half highlights?
Let's get after it.
All right. Security outside the stadium tighter than any American sporting event in history. Designated as an NSSE, National Special Security Event. Sharpshooters. Fans thoroughly searched. Tom Brady, third youngest QB to ever start a Super Bowl. Both the Rams and Pats have to wait 55 minutes between warming up and taking the field. New Orleans native Marshall Faulk used to sell popcorn at the Superdome as a kid. Patriots do not get introduced individually. They come out as a team, and then Mariah Carey singing for all of our teams. Had a way to get it started. Opening drive, Kurt Warner trying to get a radar lock to Torrey Holt. Big game, caught 81 passes, 1,363 yards during the season, but he is baptized by Tabucky Jones from New Britain. Rams forced to punt, Sean.
Yeah, they paid him dearly this with these hits. The safeties had to punish him, leave the ball on the ground. Mama say knock you out with the hit. One more time here, Warner back to pass. Gonna throw it flat. There he is, putting a hurt on him. Ty Law, they punished him all night. Great game, great guts.
Same possession, though. Booyah! Jeff Wilkins, 50-yard field goal. Third longest field goal in Super Bowl history. 3-zip Rams. Sean, that fired the Rams up.
It sure did, but Grant Wisdom here on defense. Wonder why he's the most underrated. He not only rushes the passer and plays the run. There you see him at the top of your screen. He's going to cover a running back. This is a defensive end. Incomplete pass. Momentum switching to the St. Louis Rams, too.
Pats win 3 and out second quarter. Kurt Warner throws toward Ernie Conwell. He'll get yoked by Lawyer Malloy. Warner trying to be the first quarterback to win 2 Super Bowls within 3 years of his first start that led to a missed field goal. Rams next drive. Warner popped as he released. Ty Law play-a-hating. He returned 2 picks for scores in the regular season. Told me earlier this week he thought he could get one here. Sean's 6th interception return for a touchdown in Super Bowl history.
They needed to do something special. They did. What's the right tackle here now, Rod Jones of the Rams? This is not special. Vrabel's going to come in and place the hit on him, force the ball up, can't follow through, interception, turning point in the ball game early. Tone setter, there you go, Warner to the ground, no chance, touchdown, New England.
Got popped right in the face later in the second. Warner over the middle to Ricky Prohl. Prohl makes the catch, hit by Antoine Harrison, fumbles. T-Buck Sterling. My OT. From the crib, Rams led the NFL with 44 turnovers in the regular season. Only the 79 Steelers led the league in turnovers and won the Super Bowl. Pats take advantage, 3rd and 3. Brady pitches to Kevin Faulk, Marshall's cousin, also from New Orleans. First down. 1st and goal, Tom Brady trying to be as cool as the other side of the pillow. To David Patton. Out and up to the corner. Holland. Brady's first career postseason touchdown pass. But hold up, Sean. Got a review. Did he come down in bounds?
You're darn right. He did a little out and up, but watch the concentration. He hauled coffee beans before he came into the league to a Super Bowl touchdown. David Patton, you think Brady's fired up?
I think Brady's a linebacker. Rams go in at the halftime. Shot 14-3. They never trailed by more than 8 points all season. Coming into this game, the team that led at the half, 27-7 all-time in Super Bowls. Brady, 7 of 11, 67 yards, a touchdown. Warner, 12 of 20, 136 yards and a pick. All that in the first half. Mike Martz talking about the big Ty Law play that put the Patriots up.
There was no blitz read. It was an easy pickup, and we just blew the protection. He was throwing an out route to Isaac, and we just blew the protection. That guy that got him was supposed to have been picked up and shocked Kurt. They had to get rid of the ball.
We didn't give his receivers a free release. He couldn't get a quick read and get the ball out quick. We gave the defensive line enough time to put pressure on him. We came through. We knew it was going to boil down to our secondary in a one-on-one matchups. No one said, and they didn't even think that we can play one-on-one with these guys all game. Yeah, they made some plays, but we were the better team today.
We'll bring you the second half highlights coming up in a little bit, but let's dissect what we've already seen here in the first half. Earlier in the week, you said if you can withstand that first blast from the Rams and let them become impatient, let them become uncomfortable, much like the Patriots did to the Steelers, you got a ball game. That's exactly what happened.
They never let the Rams get comfortable, and New England Patriots did an outstanding job with their defense. You heard Ty Law explain it. If you don't get comfortable, you have an opportunity to force Kirk to hold on to the football. The first play out of the gate I'm going to show you, Kurt Warner is going to have all day to throw. He's going to buy time, and when you force him to hold on to the football and you play physical with their receivers and no one thought they'd get a chance to do these things, here's a big hit by Tabucky Jones. They set tone, they set tempo all day. The Rams defense called 2 timeouts. After the timeout, you see Leonard Little get the sack, but the Patriots come right back and get a completion to Wiggins after that timeout. When you talk about comfort and getting in someone's comfort zone, the Rams were in panic mode all day. Look at this route right here. Dexter McCleon never got comfortable in his coverage. Outstanding throw by Tom Brady. And the end of all ends, Marshall Faulk returning kicks, never got comfortable, steps out of bounds. But ball is probably going to go out of bounds. I thought the Patriots defense set tone, tempo, did an outstanding job of never letting the Rams do what they have done to people all year.
And you could see that with Kurt Warner. He just never looked comfortable in the pocket.
Was not in his usual rhythm. They were down by 11 at the break. The largest deficit ever overcome in a Super Bowl at any point in time in the game is 10 points. 30 more minutes of football left. We'll show you the highlights coming up. Ricky Proehl, 40 catches during the regular season, none in the postseason until this touchdown grab. Would it be enough for the Rams to come back and win? We're rolling back in the house.
Can you hear me now? Good. Can you hear me now? Good.
Imagine if you could use all your minutes across America. Introducing America's Choice. It's a new plan from Verizon Wireless, where every minute has no roaming or long-distance charges anywhere on the America's Choice network. Sign up now and get 3,000 bonus national night and weekend minutes for life.
Can you hear me now? Good.
Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
It's still the same old story. A fight for love and glory, a case of do or die. The fundamental things apply as time goes by.
When my time on earth is gone and my activities here are past, I want they bury me upside down and my critics can kiss my
SportsCenter on the road is presented by Verizon Wireless. We never stop working for you.
When we last left the Patriots and Rams, it was 14-3 New England at halftime. Third quarter action, Rams' first possession of the third quarter. Pretty much the same of what we saw in the first half. Kurt Warner sacked by Mike Vrabel, and Richard Seymour loses 7 yards.
Well, that's how open Torrey Holt is, and the defense set the tone the whole game. He is wide open, running right by. Too much pressure. Warner can't get rid of it. Sack, and that was a tone setter for the rest of the game.
2 plays later, 3rd and 17. Warner's pass is knocked down by Roman Pfeiffer. Warner again hits the turf. The Rams would punt.
Yeah, and then they give it to Marshall Faulk, who's going to go up the middle for 12 yards. 21 touches in the game. Not enough. He's going to get this one and go left. 10 more yards. Best football player in the world's got to touch the football more.
76 yards on 17 carries. Kurt Warner steps out of a play and shakes his hand. He's been bothered by that thumb. He said it'll probably bother him the rest of his career. 3 plays later, 3rd and 5 from the 45. Warner's pass is intercepted by Otis Smith, who takes it the other way for 30 yards. Patriots settle for a field goal and lead 17-3. Fourth quarter action, it's 3rd and 6 for St. Louis, and Kurt Warner to Oz Hakeem for the first down. Later in the drive, it's Warner looking for Marshall Faulk. 17 yards, a first down, and inside the 10. Now 2nd and goal from the 4, and Warner gets a little greedy and tries to force it, and Lawyer Malloy almost makes him pay for it.
Yeah, Buckley would have intercepted that ball anyway, Dan.
Next play, 3rd and goal. Warner almost intercepted by Ty Law. So you got 4th and goal, and the Rams go for it. Kurt Warner is flushed out of the pocket and is going to try to get to the goal line before he gets nailed. Bucky Jones picks up the fumble and takes it for what appears to be a touchdown.
Appears to be being the key word. Holding. Going to get a holding call on the defense. If you want to keep Marshall Faulk in check, don't let him get out of the backfield. You hold him, take a look here. Smart play, though, if you don't want to get beat by the best football player.
That's tackling. That ain't holding.
Willie McGinnis guilty. And he can't believe it. To Bucky Jones, thinking we could have used those insurance points because Kurt Warner would score, and it cut the lead to 17-10. Rams' next possession, 1st and 10. Warner has a lot of time, but once again can't find an open receiver and gets drilled by McGinnis as he gets the ball off. Loses the helmet on the play. You get an idea of the pressure he was under all evening long, Sean.
Aside from Ty Law, Willie McGinnis might have been the defensive MVP in this football game.
Warner comes back, finds Ricky Prohl for 30 yards, and the Rams are still in business. 3 plays later, 2nd and 9 at the Patriots 39, and Kurt Warner scrambles again, and Willie McGinnis is there to greet him. Spent a lot of time in the backfield. A loss of 16 yards, so the Rams would have to punt.
And this is huge. It was terrible, but Warner has got to get rid of the football. I know he's bought some time all night trying to make a play. Takes him out of field goal range, would kill them having to punt the football.
So the Rams get the ball inside 2 minutes to go, on the move, and it's Kurt Warner to Oz Hakeem, and a sick move coming up here. In fact, a couple of them. 18 yards. Next play, it's Kurt Warner to
yo, baby, yo.
Joe Murphy for 11. The wide receiver lining up in the backfield. Next play for the from the Patriots 26. Kurt Warner to Ricky Prohl, and somebody made a mistake. Ricky Prohl will tie this game at 17 with a $1:37 to play.
Don't press the Rams when you're going in. It sets up for a good pick play. Legal by Ike Bruce, right? Ricky Prohl, great move. Ricky Prohl getting into the end zone for a touchdown. Ball game is tied.
So what do? You're going to run the clock out, take your chances in overtime? Give a lot of credit to Tom Brady. Hung in there, made a couple of plays. J.R. Redmond for 5 yards. Next play, it's Brady to Redmond again. 1st down for the Patriots. Next play, Brady, they had no timeout, spikes the ball, 41 seconds to go, and Adam Vinatieri, we know he's been money for this team, certainly in the playoffs, warming up. Brady, it's Redmond again for 11. To the New England 41-yard line. 1st down, 33 seconds to go. They need a big play. Who's their big play guy? Troy Brown, 23 yards. Brown gets out of bounds with 29 seconds to go. Next play from the St. Louis 36-yard line. Brady to Jermaine Wiggins for 6 yards, but he stays in bounds. Brady will hustle to spike the ball, stop the clock, and it's Adam Vinatieri to win a Super Bowl. From 48 yards out, dead, solid, perfect. Those are the celebration horns. Robert Kraft is excited. Vinatieri, the postseason hero again. And your MVP, Tom Brady. A hug for Drew Bledsoe. The Patriots win it 20-17. Kurt Warner goes 28 of 44, 365, a touchdown running, a touchdown passing, picked off twice. Marshall Faulk, 76 yards rushing, 54 yards receiving. Antoine Smith did a great job in the 1st half, moving the clock, had a game-high 92 rushing yards. Troy Brown, 6 catches for 89 yards. Afterwards, a very, very emotional group of Patriots spoke about the win.
Oh, we did it! Nobody believed in us but us! Us! That's all we had, just a big family. We #1 now, baby. You can't take that away. We made history today.
We shocked the world. I feel like Rocky right now. Listen, hey, the world, we shocked the world. But you know what? We always believe. You guys overlooked us. Every team that overlooked us is watching us celebrate right now for a reason. Never overlook a good team. All right, we evolved when everybody else was peaking, and that's why you see us right now holding up this trophy. I can't wait to kiss it.
Patriots won despite getting outgained by 160 yards. That's the largest deficit in total yards for a winning team in Super Bowl history. In fact, it's just the 4th time a Super Bowl winner has been outgained in the game. The Patriots, 267 total yards, the 5th fewest by a Super Bowl winner. Chris Berman standing by with your hero, Adam Vinatieri.
All right, thank you. With the hero, Adam Vinatieri, 48-yard field goal at the gun. You knew it right away, didn't you? You clipped it.
It felt pretty good when it left my foot. I just had to look up to make sure it was straight, and then it was time to party.
Were you ready to kick a 58-yarder, 57-yarder indoors here? I mean, obviously you would have tried it, but did you feel good about that?
You know, I felt like I warmed up pretty well today, and I just kind of thought, you know, if I get a chance, there's no harm at that point. You know, if whatever the distance was going to be, let's try to hit it.
Did you hear the crowd? Honestly, I mean, do you blank everything out at a kick like that, like the kick in the snow, which was a whole nother deal? Is it really like just you and the snap, or is that just stuff we make up?
You know, to be quite frank, I didn't hear much anything until it went through the uprights, and then I'm just getting pounded on by my holder. Kenny Walters was jumping on me and saying, we're world champions, we're world champions. So that's the only thing I really heard.
A lot of big guys came piling out after you, didn't they?
I'm just happy that I didn't get hurt in the pile. These guys were just so excited, and I'm just so happy for them. You know, they fought all year long, and I think we showed the world that we were a pretty dang good team.
Well, related to Evil Knievel, related to folks with Custer. What was another field goal at the end of the Super Bowl? It was no problem. Back to you.
Thank you, Chris. That was a 45-yard game-winning field goal by Adam Vinatieri. You have to go back to Super Bowl V. Jim O'Brien had a 32-yard field goal to win that Super Bowl 16-13. Plenty of heroes in this game, including the MVP. Here's Tom Brady.
It's a Patriot team. It's you know, it's not. There's a lot of guys on this team that at one time have been the stars of the team. The Laura Malloys, the Ty Laws, Willie McGinnis. You know, a lot of guys. And our team took the approach that Ty and Laura said, you know what, if we're doing this, we're doing it with our whole defense.
In the fourth quarter, the final drive, you were giving some instructions animatedly to Tom Brady on the sideline. What were you telling him?
I just told, hey man, go sling it, You know, make your calls and make the throws, and you know, and he did. You know, he went in. He was calm and cool under pressure like he has been all year. Made the throws and you know, it just took us down there. And then Adam made one of the clutch kicks of all time.
And Adam Vinatieri didn't have any snow to deal with, just a Super Bowl winning kick.
That's all. He's been Mr. Clutch for us all year. Adam's made some great kicks. We won 3 games in overtime on field goals and one at the end here. So, you know, he's probably responsible for about a quarter of our victories this year on clutch kicks.
So rare to see Bill Belichick smile every time I see him smile. Yeah, I didn't either.
Oh, he'll be working for next year.
Sterling, last week NFC Championship game, the Rams were down at halftime. They came out the second half. They ran Marshall Faulk 8 of the first 11 plays. Why not go back with what brung you?
7 straight passes in this being down 14-3. And I thought Mike Martz and that Ram offense got put out of character, of course, by the defense. But right here, I thought was a very critical play right here, because if this ball goes in the end zone the other way, of course the Patriots go on to win the football game. Momentum swung because now Warner scores a touchdown. 14 unanswered points got the Rams back in it. As Dan said, one of the all-time moves by Azakim you see right here. The thing is when that momentum took a switch, there's only one thing to do. Yo, Murphy coming out of the backfield. Now they are reeling. Now with only one thing to do, you don't want to go into overtime with this Ram team with the momentum switch. Give Charlie Weiss, Bill Belichick, and certainly Tom Brady an awful lot of credit, because we were sitting in the room watching this game saying, go into overtime, but of course we didn't recognize the momentum, the game-winning kick by Vinatieri right here. Outstanding job knowing your personnel by the New England Patriots, and that's why they won this football game.
Yeah, and I was one of those guys that didn't believe they could play him defensively, and I thought they'd score a lot of points. They showed me guts. This is a team that had more guts than any team in the league. They deserve to be champions. They have stuck out their neck as a team and as a coach all year long. Congratulations, New England Patriots. An unbelievable performance against the high-powered offense.
Yes, it is. What, the Rams 42-13 the last 3 years, regular season and postseason, on the verge of a dynasty. Now, this game, these turnovers did them in.
The last time the city of Boston enjoyed a pro championship.
A year that we've always said the only team that can beat the Rams is the Rams, and you know, not to take anything away from the Patriots, because they played a tremendous game, and whenever we made mistakes, they were there to capitalize on them, and that's what you have to do.
They on scholarship too. You know, they get paid money too. So they came up and made plays. They made more plays than we made. You know, we didn't finish. We didn't do a great job of finishing drives, and we usually do a great job of finishing drives. And tonight we just didn't. We picked tonight, which was the wrong night, not to come out and finish plays.
We said when we went into this thing that this was 2 evenly matched teams, and I think that's kind of how it was played out. I think it's an excellent team, so I don't know how else to explain it.
It's a victory for the AFC East. That division had dropped the last 8 Super Bowls, and the city of Boston hasn't enjoyed a pro championship since 1986 with the Boston Celtics. Still plenty more to come on SportsCenter as we take you inside what you can expect to see, answering some interesting betting propositions. Did Michael Jordan outscore the Rams? Did Kobe Bryant score more points than the Patriots would have pass completions? And what was the bigger number, Tigers' 4th round score at Pebble Beach or total points in the Super Bowl? All that's coming up. And including plenty more celebration. Robert Kraft gave up some draft picks to get his coach. They're Super Bowl champions. We're coming back to New Orleans.
This Super Bowl report is brought to you by GMC. From professional-grade people come professional-grade trucks.
They all laughed at Christopher Columbus when he said the world was round. They all laughed when Edison recorded sound.
So who is Motor Trend's 2002 Sport Utility of the Year? The GMC Envoy. Those who say America can't compete don't take test drives. We are professional grade.
Who's got the last laugh now?
There are many good reasons to get a home security system from ADT.
We're home. This is where we live.
Some smaller than others. So it's no surprise that more Americans choose ADT to help protect their homes than any other company. We're always there with the most sophisticated technology and skilled professionals, helping to keep you safe from burglary, fire, flood, even carbon monoxide. ADT blankets your home with an invisible wall of protection, and now you can get ADT installed from just $99. Call this number or an ADT authorized dealer. You could also save up to 20% off your basic homeowner's insurance. At ADT, we give you more than a security system. We give you a feeling of security, no matter what.
Daddy's got you.
Call now and get ADT installed from just $99, plus up to 20% off your basic homeowner's insurance. ADT, always there.
Winter X Games 6 in Aspen tomorrow. Skier X and snowboarding slopestyle at 9 p.m. on ESPN2.
Hey! You don't remember me, do you? Forget it. Probably should leave it.
Wait, no, wait. It's, James, right?
Yeah, James! Hey, I'd love to continue the conversation we're having. Over dinner?
Sure. Call me.
All right, cheers. Dennis, who is that? I don't know.
Working your mojo? Grab a Miller Lite. It's Miller time.
I can't believe you gave him a fake phone number. Oh, yeah.
Sleeping bag for his first sleepover, $40. Backpack, $18.
Sorry about that. Hey, buddy, you couldn't sleep, huh?
Walkie-talkies, $25. Going home, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard. Accepted for everything that makes home, home.
Welcome back to SportsCenter on the road, presented by Verizon Wireless.
I said we suck the world. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
You came up big,
Nobody
man.
gave us a chance in hell.
But you're the man.
Nobody gave us a chance in hell, Coach.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're
we
right.
suck the world.
We believe it.
We believe it. We ain't surprised.
We believed it.
We ain't surprised. We ain't surprised.
Who would have bet that? Not that we condone betting. When my 6-year-old asked me walking through a Vegas casino why people were focused, playing a game, I told her they were gambling. She said, that's not the right way to make money. You should go to work. Besides, those making the Rams 14-point favorite Vegas odds makers are now saying, oh, my bad. Our bets just for fun. Proposition bets. Would Michael Jordan, hanging 33 per the last 6 games, best in the NBA, outscore the Rams on Sunday? MJ and the Wizards hosting the Pacers. Third quarter, MJ going to work and Jalen Rose. That ain't MJ, that's Kurt Warner doing his deal. There's MJ and Jalen. Holla! Only his 8th three of the year. Then Michael straight freaking Jalen. 11 in the third, 23 in the game. Later in the third, Jalen drives by the Wiz defense for an easy dunk, and in case Rip Hamilton didn't see it, Jalen tells him about it. Later in the fourth, the Jordan-Rose battle heats up. Trying to get free in the baseline. Bumps Rose, works outside. Check this out. MJ, that hurt. Finally, Michael gets the putback, 11 of 19 shooting. And watch Jalen give him a bump. How you gonna play me? Yo, man, how you gonna play me? I got 6 rings, 5 MVPs, and 10 scoring titles. And I got to win. 109-89 Wizards over the Pacers. Jermaine O'Neal sprained his left ankle. He'll be evaluated Tuesday. Wizards have now won each of their last 11 games with Richard Hamilton in the lineup. The proposition bet had Jordan against the Ram points. MJ had 23. Rams had 17.
To Dallas for the Mavs and Lakers. Kobe taking on the Mavs. Would he score more points than the Patriots had completions in Super Bowl 36? Second quarter, Mavs down 2. Juwan Howard pump fake on the big man. Howard had 19 points, 8 boards. This game's tied at 36. Fourth quarter, tied at 76. Shaq over Sean Bradley. 31 and 13 for Shaq, who weighs probably 3 times as much as Sean Bradley. Michael Finley. Wang Zhuzhu.
Zhuzhu.
Mark Cuban fired up. Mavs down 4-4. Rick Fox to Kobe. Lakers up 8. Kobe, 24 points and 10 rebounds. Michael Finley can only watch as the Mavs get thumped again. In Don Nelson's 5 years in Dallas, he has defeated the Lakers only once in 18 tries. Shaq and Kobe combined for 55. Lakers win their 4th in a row. The proposition bet, who would have more points for Kobe? He had 24 pass completions. For the Patriots, they had 16.
Kings and Timberwolves, 2 of the best in the West. Kids Slam Dunk Contest. Check out Eric Ellensworth wearing a KG jersey. Takes off the jersey, 360. Desmond Mason, defending NBA Slam Dunk champ. Try that next week. Third quarter, Garnett getting some bunnies on the Badunka dunk. KG 32 and 12. Fourth quarter, Kings up 3, 36 left. I ain't gonna say nothing, but that ain't right. Mike Bibby freaked Chauncey Billups twice. Bibby, 24 points, 5 dimes. Kings win 112-107. C-Web, 31 and 14. Kings, fattest record in the NBA, 36 and 10. They've won 17 of the last 18. Kevin Garnett is all of that. I still like the kid taking off his shirt, though. Sean, you got to do that later in the show.
I got game.
To Orlando Magic Spurs, Mike Miller grabbing the rebound, looking for Darryl Armstrong. Armstrong looking for T-Mac. McGrady, 26 points, a career-high 17 boards, 12 seconds left in the game. Spurs down 3. Steve Smith coming off a screen and banging home a big 3. Spurs 0-3 in overtime this season, but they were up 5 in OT. Antonio Daniels misses, but the Admiral is there to clean up the mess. He finished with a season-high 27. Spurs pick up the victory, stopping a 3-game losing skid. 14 of the Admiral's season-high 27 arrived in the fourth. He added 8 boards and 7 blocks. Tracy McGrady also took a career-high 36 shots from the floor. Plenty more for the Big Easy. Got a couple of Super Bowl rings as an assistant coach. He's got one now as a head coach. Bill Belichick and the Patriots, your Super Bowl winners. And where does this Super Bowl saving tackle by Mike Jones rank among Chris Berman's top 10 plays?
The 240 horsepower Nissan Pathfinder.
From soldiers to prisoners.
Over 2,000 of your allies have just entered my camp.
There's an escape going to take place. 35 men go under the wire.
From prisoners.
You know where those Russians go? Munitions plant. I need to take out that target.
To heroes.
As long as my son knows everything's okay.
Bruce Willis.
One man will not be sacrificed, and that's the way it has to be.
Hearts War. Rated R. February 15th at theaters everywhere.
Nothing like the open road.
Yeah, too bad we're out of gas.
Ooh, somebody's coming. Hey, buddy, how about a lift?
No riders. Not even for $1? Dollar don't buy much, mister.
It does if you dial 10-10-220.
Yeah, all calls up to 20 minutes are 99 cents.
Yep, and 7 cents a minute after 20.
20 minutes or 99 cents? You bought yourself a ride. You gotta sit in the back.
Great trip. Oh, be quiet.
Dial 10-10-220.
Next Sunday, a night of originals on ESPN. The Block.
At 8, Hard Knocks on and off the field. The Season Behind Bars, Part 1. At 9, a special edition of Pardon the Interruption. At 9:30, SportsCenter Year in Review 1980. Then at 10, the premiere of Sidelines LA Hoops. The Season at 8, PTI at 9, SportsCenter 1980 at 9:30, and Sidelines LA Hoops at 10. The Block, next Sunday beginning at 8 on ESPN.
Can you hear me now? Good. Can you hear me now? Good.
You are watching SportsCenter on the road, presented by Verizon Wireless.
The Patriots were the oldest existing franchise in all 4 major sports that had never won a championship. An emotional moment for the city and certainly for this man and his family. Joe Andruzzi, his brothers, New York City firefighters, were there on 9/11. They're with him in New Orleans.
Who have you personally dedicated this win to?
My brothers. You know, nobody else. My brothers and the FDNY and everybody out there, you know, for that trade center, the tragedy. I mean, it's been a great feeling, and nothing can pass this up.
Shows the real resilience of the human spirit, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, just to get out there and, you know, just prove people wrong and get out there and, you know, do the best you can and, you know, prove to people that we're not superstars and we play together as a team. It's a team sport. I mean, all 3 phases of the game were working for us, and we were able to get out there and do the best we can.
Tremendous accomplishment. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Back to you guys.
And I think Sal kind of touched on the emotional moment, and this is a team. Here's Joe Andruzzi with his brothers, but he's looking at his Patriots, his brothers, too, going into battle.
And that's all of the Patriots. And I thought that game was defined by the fact that the New England Patriots came out and they were introduced as a team. There was a shot there that you saw them holding the Lombardi Trophy, the Super Bowl trophy as a team. But when they got introduced as a team, that set it up for this football team winning the game, because anyone on defense